Where the are all the wigs when it comes down to Jada's head? And what the does Will Smith grab when he lays down in bed? I'm just saying some real man. Are you gripping when she's gobble, squabble, squabble, giving the boom, bop, shoop-a-dop, bop, do ya, bop.
Who knew that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it?
Okay, so let's start with the bombshell that former child star Orlando Brown just dropped. Y'all, this tea is so hot it might burn your tongue. Orlando is out here claiming that Jada helps Will Smith in some seriously shady business involving young artists. And get this, he's saying he's a victim himself.
These grounds and those grounds and all the way around, they have baby hair and, you know, there is things that could be done.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't this just another wild Hollywood rumor? But honey, these allegations are painting a picture darker than my coffee on a Monday morning. If what Orlando's saying is true, we might be looking at one of the biggest cover-ups in Tinseltown history.
She disrespected herself with her constant walking outside without a wig on. I feel like some things just need to...
And it's not just Orlando spilling the tea. Jaguar Wright, who's been calling out Hollywood's shadiness for years, is also hinting that the Smiths are into some seriously twisted stuff.
They're both they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
Now, let's break this down. What exactly is Orlando accusing them of? And how deep does this rabbit hole go? Grab your detective hats, besties, because we're about to do some serious digging. So, Will Smith is back in the spotlight, but not for his usual charm and charisma. Nope, he's catching heat over some seriously dark accusations. In some resurfaced videos from April 2020, Orlando Brown dropped a bombshell that shook Hollywood harder than an earthquake.
So, Will Smith, you feel me? Hey man, that Michael Jackson, bro.
Y'all, in this video, Orlando is waving a gun around, shouting into the camera like he's auditioning for a role in a horror movie. He's even claiming he's Will Smith's son. I know, it sounds crazier than a plot twist in a telenovela, but wait, it gets wilder. He's accusing Will of assaulting his own children.
He's tripping, bro. That be on some other my like straight the up. What are you talking about, my You me as a kid, you me as a kid and you all my kids, and you still trying to get away with.
But that's not all, folks. Orlando also claims he's the real Blanket Jackson, Michael Jackson's youngest son. He says his whole family was wronged by MJ.
You sound weird, bro. I'm Trent. I'm your long-lost son, Trent. I'm Trent, aka Blanket Jackson.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like someone needs some serious help. And you're not wrong. Fans watching were quick to suggest Orlando seek medical help, saying he looked mentally disturbed. But here's where it gets interesting. Some people are starting to wonder if there might be some truth to what he's saying. I mean, we all know Hollywood has more secrets than my grandma's recipe book.
Don't you ever get on a TV show and act like I'm the when you me.
Now, let's be real for a second. Orlando's got a reputation for saying some pretty wild stuff in interviews. It's like he's playing truth or dare, but he always chooses dare. So yeah, people are questioning his credibility. But what if, and I'm just putting this out there, what if he's actually telling the truth?
The real Will Smith. What are you talking about? Where's your mind at?
Here's the tea. The mainstream media has been quieter about this whole situation than a library during finals week. Is it because Will Smith is America's sweetheart and nobody wants to believe he could be involved in something so grimy? Or is there something darker going on behind the scenes? Are we talking hush money and powerful PR moves? It's like a real-life episode of Scandal. But some fans are riding hard for Orlando. One fan said, "Ain't no one going to speak about being raking as a child if it never happened." Another added, "Orlando Brown is telling the truth. He just acts crazy to play it off. Child actors go through a lot in Hollywood." It's giving me chills, besties. Orlando's been one of the few people openly talking about these dark parties and shady dealings that have supposedly been going on since Hollywood's early days. He's always claimed that the people in this industry are monsters willing to do whatever it takes for their own gains. It's like a real-life horror movie.
Everybody's a gay rapper except for these except for you and me, Dimanche.
I agree with you on that.
Excuse you, are you gay? Okay, well, I'm not. I know that.
Completely.
In his latest interview, Orlando even did some weird mimicry to mock record execs. And in the process, he spilled some tea about those secret late-night parties involving men.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the oosh gosh goosh wash. You gave me the ooshka shmoof, the shmooshmash. Diddy. Yeah, shine. You know what I mean?
Now let's talk about Orlando's mental health for a sec. His interviews paint a picture of someone dealing with some seriously heavy stuff. People are speculating about what led him down this dark path. Even Dr. Phil had something to say about it.
And whenever we do certain drugs, it can connect half a thought with another half a thought, so it can get pretty confusing.
But Orlando isn't the first one to call out Will Smith for shady stuff. Rumors have been swirling for years, dragging both Will and Jada into the mix. Remember those weird parties Will and Jada were hosting? The ones where younger dudes were seen leaving in a rush? Jaguar Wright spilled some serious tea, claiming she witnessed some wild things going down at their place during these so-called mentorship sessions.
Who can believe that is real by any means with all of that?
Makes it tough to believe.
With all of that.
And get this, some people think they did all this with the help of none other than Diddy. Yeah, you heard that right? Rumor has it that something might be brewing between Will and Diddy. People are dropping hints that they're keeping things on the down low. And if you know Diddy, he's supposedly the mastermind behind a lot of the shady stuff happening in the industry. Wherever there's an underground freak-off going down, Diddy's right there, and apparently Will has been spotted right next to him.
Because I would remember watching him come out of, one of my young boys' cribs. But then he would go and he would off on my young boy and let my young boy use the Maserati.
Now, here's where it gets really juicy. Diddy's own security team allegedly spilled the tea about these undercover parties. But wait a minute, what about Jada? If all of this is true, why is she still riding with Will? Is it for fame? Industry insiders are dishing more dirt than a gardener on a busy day. Alexis Arquette even called Will out, saying Jada is just a cover-up while Will's out there living his truth. She wrote, "When Jada comes out as gay and her beard husband admits his first marriage ended when she walked into him servicing his sugar daddy Benny Medina, then I will listen to them." And it doesn't stop there. Tasha K just dropped a mind-blowing interview, teasing that she's got the inside scoop straight from a close friend or assistant of Will Smith. Apparently, Dwayne Martin and Will Smith might be more than just pals. Rumor has it that Will shelled out some serious cash to keep their friendship under wraps.
All right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will. Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder. It was murder in there.
But the drama doesn't stop there. This insider is also throwing some major shade at Jada, hinting at some pretty scandalous details about her preferences. And guess what? Trisha Paytas has been dropping bombs left and right, claiming that Will Smith was allegedly involved in some shady stuff with her male dancers. She specifically said, "How about worry about your daughter being in bed at 13 with her 20-year-old boyfriend? How about worry about your cheating husband forked one of my male dancers when they didn't want to?
How about worry about your cheating husband my male dancers, when they didn't want to? How about talk about that?"
Now, given how close Will and Dwayne are, it's raising some serious eyebrows that they haven't been more open about their friendship, especially with all these rumors swirling around. Even comedian Bert Kreischer jumped into the mix, sharing a story during an interview with Vlad TV about an audition he got through Will's company. He detailed a pretty awkward encounter he had with Will himself, which just added more fuel to the fire of this ongoing discussion.
And he liked me. He was like, "Let's go see a movie." I was like, "Okay."
You guys went to a movie.
Bert also mentioned that Will invited him to watch a movie, but his father warned him, suggesting that Will probably had other plans in mind. Yikes. Now, let's talk about Diddy for a sec. Like Will, Diddy's been facing some persistent allegations about his conduct. One aspect of these allegations involves a particular circle in his entourage where he allegedly introduces his young musicians to some unsettling practices with Portuguese origins. I know, it sounds like something out of a bad movie, but people are taking it seriously.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy.
While there hasn't been any direct confirmation about Will Smith's purported involvement with any of these individuals, the persistent conversations surrounding this subject underscore its notable presence within public discourse. It's like the elephant in the room that everyone's whispering about. Fans are really diving deep into this. One said, "People assume that a celebrity wife does not know that her husband is gay and that he is on the DL, but I feel that in most cases the wife knows is gay herself, which then makes an agreement to enter into a lavender marriage for business reasons." They even listed a bunch of celeb couples they think might be in on this. Another fan added, "It all makes sense because if their marriage has been done for the past 10 to 15 years, then him being gay might be a reason why, and she knows she has to protect the bag, so she's definitely not going to say anything." Jaguar Wright isn't holding back either. She's straight up calling Will a total creep, alleging that young dudes have been fleeing from his mentorship program like it's the end of the world. According to Jaguar, Will has been getting involved in some seriously shady affairs with young men in the industry, all under the guise of mentoring them. And guess what? Diddy's name keeps popping up in this mess too.
Meek Mills, Bashir Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Even Bryson Gray claims that his career was on the upswing until he crossed paths with Will Smith. And let's be real, considering Smith's track record with both men and women, it's not exactly shocking. So when whispers started circulating about them possibly being into each other, Gray's career took a nosedive. Now Will and Jada have this whole open relationship thing going on where they're cool talking about feelings with folks of any gender. So if Gray ended up being one of Will's romantic interests, it's not exactly breaking news. Check this out for a sneak peek.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the...
But it doesn't stop there. Jaguar keeps pulling back the curtain on the Smith household, painting a picture that's far from the perfect family facade we all know. Behind closed doors, there are secret parties, shady characters coming and going, and whispers of some seriously sketchy stuff happening. And their poor kids? They're smack dab in the middle of it all. Some people are even speculating about Jaden Smith's sexuality. According to new reports, Bieber and Smith may be inching closer to coming out as a possible couple. The two men, who have known each other since childhood, have been getting closer recently. At Coachella, a fan filmed them interacting when neither knew the camera was on them, and let's just say it shocked onlookers. As you'd expect, the video had social media buzzing. One person wrote, "No BC, why they all up on each other like that in the beginning? Doesn't he have a wife at home?" But it's not just Jaden. Will's relationship with his son has raised some eyebrows too. Contrary to the image of Will Smith as just a typical dad giving his son a sweet peck on the cheek, their dynamic seems to go way beyond the usual father-son relationship. Will has been spotted planting kisses on Jaden's lips multiple times, which has some people wondering if there's something more complex at play.
That we saw on Red Table Talk, oh, that was G. That was G-rated. That was G-rated shit.
What I will say that I do know about the Smiths.
The public reaction to Will Smith's affectionate behavior has sparked discomfort among some of his fans. Many people criticized him for what they perceived as making Jaden uneasy by frequently planting kisses on his lips. Despite the growing scrutiny, Will has consistently denied any insinuations of impropriety, insisting that his gestures haven't caused Jaden any discomfort. One person commented, "That's disgusting. No one kisses their kids on the mouth like that, especially when the kids are teenagers. I can't believe people are cheering this kind of behavior." But Jaguar isn't holding back when it comes to Jada's parenting skills either. She's accusing Jada of turning a blind eye to what's going on with Jaden, despite knowing the truth.
Don't be bad at everything.
Shit. Yeah.
You was an alright actress, you was a terrible wife, you was a bad mother.
Not only this, she's also seemingly confirming Dwayne Martin's story as well.
So you believe the Dwayne Martin story, that could have happened?
Of course, everybody know that shit. Everybody knew they was just ain't nobody know Dwayne was folding him over like that, taking him to Pound Town.
Now, word on the street is that Will Smith and Diddy might be more than just buddies. They could be part of some exclusive club or situationship. And let me tell you, if there's one guy in Hollywood who's been dogged by gay rumors for ages, it's Diddy. Seriously, the down low whispers have been following him around for years. Wendy Williams has been stirring that pot since the 90s, unapologetically calling out Diddy for everything from his long baby daddy list to his fashion choices. Did she back down? Not a chance. She claimed, "Once upon a time, there was a music mogul who sent his all-girl group to beat my ass in front of the radio station." But it's not just internet trolls stirring up drama. It's people who've actually rubbed shoulders with Diddy and Will. One of Diddy's former bodyguards spilled some serious tea about intimate moments between Diddy and another rapper. And since Will's got 4 Grammy Awards in rap categories, all eyes turned to him when that bodyguard hinted at Diddy getting cozy with a rapper. Gangsta Boo has come back into the spotlight with some serious allegations about Will and Diddy's alleged situationship. She's been relentless, exposing every detail like it's nobody's business.
Just for the sake of it, Cassie wasn't the only one who wanted, or she didn't want it, but Cassie who searched for the big black.
And K-Ci had something to say too. He basically confirmed that Jada used to tag along with Will to these freak-offs.
Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party that day. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of weird shit, that whole yeah, that's weird, dude.
It seems that Will Smith may have been influenced by the path set by his predecessor, Quincy Jones. For those unfamiliar, Quincy Jones is a multi-talented individual who has collaborated with icons such as Frank Sinatra, Aretha Franklin, and the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Yet his fame doesn't stop there. Rumors about his interest in men have circulated for years, and recent developments suggest there might be some truth to those speculations.
Well, my first musical memories when I wanted to be a gangster until I was 11. Coming from Chicago in the 30s.
Even Chris Rock has talked about this. In his stand-up routine, he made some controversial remarks concerning the late Michael Jackson, saying, "I'm all for social justice. I'm all for marginalized people getting their rights. The thing I have a problem with is the selective outrage." It appears that Chris has sparked controversy among Michael Jackson's fans and supporters by allegedly attempting to prove that Michael Jackson was a predator, stating he will never be friends with predators. Michael's connection with Quincy Jones, along with Quincy's rumored ties to Will's circle, has stirred up quite a bit of concern. Many speculate he could be involved in a larger network influencing these allegations. Orlando's viral video seems to back this up, but opinions are sharply divided due to concerns about Orlando's mental health. One person on the internet wrote, "He's not trolling, he's serious when talking about Rake, then goes into joking like I'm being super serious, then trying to make it like a gay joke with his voice." Woo, besties, that was a lot to unpack. If any of these claims turn out to be true, it could spell serious trouble for both Jada and Will. But remember, these are all allegations and rumors at this point. We've got to take everything with a grain of salt, or maybe a whole salt shaker in this case. What do you think about all this tea? Do you believe any of these allegations, or do you think it's all just Hollywood gossip gone wild? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more piping hot celebrity tea. Until next time, this is Hot Gossip, reminding you that in Hollywood, the truth is often stranger than fiction. Stay fabulous, stay curious, and keep spilling that tea. Goodbye. That tea. Goodbye. That